Welcome back to the Big Blue in the Bronx YouTube channel. Viewers, Yankee fans, NFL fans, Giants fans, welcome back. AGP back again. Thank you all to the ones who supported us during the NFL draft. That is an immense time of competition within NFL content creators because the draft is so popular that a lot of people, tried their best to accumulate viewers and streams and stuff like that. And it's kind of weird because at that time everybody's just locked in, and then afterwards, not many people are making content, at least till rumors come out and different scenarios, different types of creativity comes out. So it's probably a dead time within the NFL offseason, starting from probably today going towards June, July ish till training camp starts, or at least until rumors start to go. So thank you to the ones who supported us during the NFL draft streams. As a growing YouTube channel, it's very difficult to get viewers because obviously if I was a viewer, I would go to one of the more popular channels. Obviously this one hasn't reached its peak yet, but we are working on it every single day for you guys. Thank you very much. So with that being said, let's actually get into baseball here. The Yankees swept the Detroit Tigers in 3 games. Unfortunately, I did not see the first game to its entirety. That is because the NFL draft was on the same day, NFL draft day 2, where the Giants selected 2 picks. We'll talk about that in another video, but the Yankees blew out the Tigers pretty much in this whole series, but this game in particular, let's talk about it. So the Yankees among the power bats within the first 5 innings. Clint Frazier, Aaron Judge, twice. One was a homer, a solo shot, and one was a grand slam in the later innings. Aaron Hicks broke an 0 for 18 streak with his homer, and Ruben Odor, who is basically a power hitter. And I like that. And, people often perceive me as like this guy who's not a homer guy. He's, all small ball. That's not true. What my stance is on it is if you're not hitting home runs and you're aiming for the home run, hit smaller, and then you'll eventually get the home run. Work on fundamentals, work on small ball, then you'll get hitting the homer. But now it's working for the Yankees, and they're scoring runs, and the pitching is doing a much better job. So that's where the Yankees kind of crossed those two things together in the last couple of games, especially this series alone. Even though the Tigers have 8 wins on the season, it's still good on their track record. So with that being said, Cole dominated the whole entire Detroit Tigers order. He pitched 6 innings, 4 hits, 12 strikeouts, 1.43 ERA. As for Sessa, Wandy Peralta, and Lucas Ludge, they had a combined 6 strikeouts among those 3 pitchers, obviously Ludge, Peralta, and Sessa. 1 walk for Sessa, not much else for the rest. And the Detroit Tigers just simply could not get anything going on the offense. As I said, Garrett Cole dominated them, and 18 combined strikeouts. Obviously, AJ Hinch probably wasn't happy, and someone made a funny joke, because I'm with the trend that, to hate the Astros and stuff like that. I think that's fun being a fan. I get a lot of people on the internet are like, what, it's like 2 years old, get over it. You know what, it's the fun parts of baseball like that help me stay in the sport as a fan. And I just love to hate on the Astros because they cheated and they never got the full punishment for it. But I guess that's why everybody hates Rob Manfred compared to the other things that he's done in Major League Baseball. But with that being said, Game 1 is over. Let's go to Game 2. So here in Game 2, it was a bit more competition for the Yankees. Jameson Taillon started. He got a win, and that's what I like to see for Taillon. I know he's had a lot of no decisions, but lately he's gotten better. He's got more run support, which I'm very happy about. Obviously, that's trending up with the Yankees and their whole team. That's why they're back at 500, but obviously we'll talk about the third game a little later on in the video. 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, and a homer. I believe that homer was to Heimer Candelario. Not too mad about it. Obviously, the bullpen kind of finished it off, but did give up some runs in the meantime. Justin Wilson gave up 2 runs, and Chad Green gave up 1. But that's no big deal because the Yankees still won the game, powering off. Not necessarily with the bats, but I'm talking just like base hits and stuff like that. There were really no homers in this game. Aaron Judge had a 3-hit day. The wind was a factor. I noticed that when I was watching a bit of the highlights earlier that Gleyber Torres missed the ball. Clint Frazier was trying to, he made a first inning error. He was trying to scope out the ball, and the ball actually fell out of his glove. Wind's tricky, especially when you're in the outfield. When you're in the infield, it doesn't affect you as much, but when you're in the outfield and you're with the grass and stuff like that, whether it be artificial turf or real grass, playing Little League baseball or playing high school baseball, it's difficult to deal with. You'll just have to find out where the wind is tracking by picking up a piece of grass and seeing where it goes. I mean, that's just kind of common sense if you're an outfielder, but once again, people have different ways of doing things. With that being said, Judge 3-hit day, including a RBI double and a 2-run single. So with that being said, I know this is kind of a short recap, but the bullpen seemed to finish it out, even though the runs were given up. Aroldis Chapman getting his 5th save on the season. He gets his 2nd consecutive save in the next game when the Yankees win 2-0. Corey Kluber got the start, and let's go into it right now. So in this game, the Yankees won 2-0. They shut out the Tigers' order once again the 2nd time in this series. Corey Kluber got the start. Kyle Higashioka was behind the plate, so obviously you see where that comes in terms of communication with the pitcher and the catcher and stuff like that. That's not really been a coincidence. I think it's just better communication between Higashioka and the starting pitchers. Obviously, we can all say that Gary Sanchez won with catching tie-in, but once again, there's some sort of trend that Kyle Higashioka is just the better catcher and the better communicator with the starting pitchers. Corey Kluber gets a start, 8 innings, 2 hits, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts. Excellent start. Gets his 2nd win on the season, back to 500. He goes back to 500. The Yankees go. Aroldis Chapman finishes out the 9th inning with 2 strikeouts. RBI hits by Higashioka and Gardner within the same inning. Get the brooms out. The Yankees sweep the Detroit Tigers, and we are going on to the asterisks. Now, I didn't mention it before, but somebody said this, and I agree with it. That was the joke, is that, A.J. Hinch's punishment was not the suspension for a year and resigning. It was managing the Detroit Tigers. I laughed at that. That was a pretty funny joke. But in terms of that, we face the asterisks next. Dusty Baker's their manager. They are middle of the pack, just like we are in our division. Then we go on to face the Nationals. Then we go on the road to face the Rays and the Baltimore Orioles. So we'll see where that's at. But I think the Yankees are slowly rising up after this difficult start that we've had to endure. All these questions about, oh my God, is Aaron Boone the manager of the future? And listen, I was on that train. I'm not going to lie to you. You could always go back to that one Boys in the Big Apple stream with Patrick Hennessy and what we were questioning at the time, because the Yankees were still in that mud puddle of, just losing and not getting runs on the board and all these, mental errors that really didn't need to bring the team down. But the Yankees are on a right track right now in terms of slowly getting to win. Now, I know we shouldn't really focus on playoffs and stuff like that, but right now in the division, we are about 2.5 games back from Boston. In front of us is Toronto. We are about 2 games, 1.5 between them. They're 14-12. Boston is 17-12. We're 14-14. So we still got some ways to go. But obviously we have how many more games to do that, as long as, a consistent streak keeps going. And I understand that, teams like the Yankees and other teams, they go through rough patches in the season, but sometimes those rough patches, depending on their length, can actually screw a team up and cost them a playoff spot. So with that being said, I know this was a short video. I apologize. As I said, the first game I didn't really get to watch. I would have been probably more in depth with it, but I wanted to bring you guys the content. I was thinking about not doing a video, but I'm like, you know what? I've really neglected the Yankee fans long enough, and I really haven't brought enough content out here. I haven't been as creative, just other than recaps. So, you know what? Let me at least give them that, and then I'll go on, with other videos and stuff like that. So with that being said, guys, if you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification button on so you get notified when the live stream pops or a video drops. Boys and Big Apple Podcast, 8-10 p.m. every Monday. We'll have alternating guests throughout the next coming weeks. Baseball season, basketball season's ending. I'm not a huge Knicks fan. Well, I am, I should say, but my brother's more of a Knicks fan. I'm just more of trying to learn, not necessarily sport, but just trying to get into the habit of actually watching basketball games and stuff like that. I still have some knowledge. But we're going to get some guests on. This is not a Knicks channel, but I still like to bring on other topics about other sports and stuff like that. So with that being said, peace out, guys. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next video.